Hi everyone, this is Mindy Eggen and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a very special video. It is a part of a blog hop that I'm doing with Hero Art, and in that blog hop we are featuring products that Hero Art has put together in a collection, and the purchase of these products, 100% of the sales will go towards a specific organization. I believe it's the Ukrainian Red Cross. And that's going to just help with some of the devastation and destruction that is happening over in the Ukraine. Hero Arts has also put together a digital image of some sunflowers that you can purchase as well, and those proceeds will be donated too. My card today is featuring the sunflower field that is part of that Ukrainian collection that Hero Arts has put together. And I'm going to stamp out a few of these images. So I'm doing the sunflower field, and I'm also going to add another color layering stamp set just to create a scene. I'm going to have all of the colors that I'm using listed at the top of the screen. So this is my first layer of the sunflowers, and I'm stamping this onto some 80-pound white cardstock. I'll be using a green apple to put down my first layer down in the bottom corner of my cardstock, and I am going to stamp it twice to make sure I have a really good impression. I also like to apply pressure using a pressure tool. This one happens to be from the Stampin' Bug. I lined up my second layer of the sunflower field, this time stamping in Fresh Lawn. And I will make a note that I would not advise talking on the phone while stamping out the images. There is a piece, I believe it's my sunflowers. I did not line up my sunflowers perfectly. You're going to see a little bit of white. I'm totally okay with that. I'm rolling with it because no matter what, it's a beautiful stamp set and scene. So the sunflowers, I'm stamping this layer in Dandelion ink. Dandelion ink is part of that collection, and I do have throughout the blog post that I created, I do have the products that I used in the Ukraine collection marked with a star. So it's easy to figure out on my blog which products I used that those profits will be donated. So I stamped the second layer of the sunflowers in pumpkin pie ink, and then the final layer of the sunflower is stamped in Cup of Joe. Now you could stop here and create your scene with just that sunflower field, but I kind of wanted to add some green hills, some beautiful rolling green hills, and the closest thing I found was the color layering mountain. So I moved this up on another piece of cardstock because I need it to layer with my sunflowers. I stamped the first layer in moss and the second layer to my hills in forever green. I will use the coordinating die for each of these sets to die cut them out and start building my scene. Now you're going to see here in just a moment why I stamped those mountains so high up on the card, and that's because I needed the space to add my sunflowers. So I already know I'm having extra white space down at the bottom. I'm just going to add tape runner behind my sunflowers and place it right under the mountains, and then I'm just going to trim off any of that excess. I needed this put together so I knew exactly how far I needed to ink blend down on my cardstock. I have another piece of 80-pound white cardstock, and I just put my images over it so I knew about exactly where I needed to start. And I'm starting with that dandelion ink and a blending brush, just applying a very light layer, and I'm getting lighter handed as I get kind of towards the top. I don't want to go all the way up. I will be bringing in Indigo ink. Now, the Indigo and the Dandelion are part of that Ukrainian collection that Hero Arts put together, and Indigo is one of my favorites. It's a beautiful, beautiful blue. So I'm bringing that down and I'm having it meet the yellow, just very slightly overlapping. I didn't want to have a green sky. I wanted to have this blue and yellow because those are the Ukrainian colors. I'm going to continue to build up my scene, and I just have these clouds here from the Barrel Wave stamp and die set. This just happened to be the first stamp set I found in my stash that had clouds in it, so anything would really work. And I'm using my Hero Arts compact cutter to die cut these out. This is really great because I can have it just sit off on the side of my desk and it doesn't take up a lot of room. And I have these extra long plates so I can really fit a lot of things on here to run through the machine. Now, since I have it out, I am die cutting this word hello. This is off of the Friends die set. I'm cutting it out twice from white cardstock and once from a matte gold cardstock. Now, I just placed everything on my blended background, and I mainly just did that so I can line up this sentiment. The sentiment I have here is from the Sunflower Fields stamp set. Once everything is in place and I have it lined up straight, I'm stamping it down twice in intensified black ink, just pressing down lightly. I don't want to push too hard because they are very scripty and delicate, and I don't want to squish them. Now that I have my sentiment in place, I will go ahead and attach my scene, so my sunflowers and my green hills. And I'm also going to attach my clouds just using a little bit of tape runner. I'm not adding a lot of dimension to this, so I'm keeping it fairly flat and simple. I'm having the clouds just kind of hang off of the edge a little bit, and I will flip my card over and just trim off that excess with my scissors. Here I am layering together those two pieces of white cardstock, just using some liquid glue, and then finishing it off with that matte gold word die cut that I did. And then I will attach this to the front of the card. I'm really happy with how this scene came together. I don't know if Ukraine has these green hills, but I thought it just really changed up my sunflower scene a little bit. I will have all of my supplies listed down below in the video description, and be sure to head over, check out my blog, check out the products that Hero Arts has put together in this collection to help support Ukraine and all of that devastation and destruction, and also check out the other designers' blog posts with these products. Thank you for joining me today. Here are a few other videos I think you might enjoy.